You want to learn my cannabis kung fu. So, I guess I have to show you. Huh. I'm going to show it because I'm making this video the same day as the last video, so I haven't had a chance to run the store and get wooden matches, so we're going to use butane again. But don't make it a habit. Use wooden matches. Actual, no. Anyway, so to do cannabis kung fu, we must enjoy the feminine part of the cannabis plant. Thus, in the Chinese language, they say cannabis is called Ma Gu, or divine cannabis. But it's a female name in whatever culture the part that we smoke. But the part of cannabis that is the hemp is the male part or side of the plant. We do not smoke the hemp. We make clothes. We make bricks. We make CBD oils and medicine. Well, no, excuse me while I correct myself. The actual, what you might call medicine, is actually in the marijuana side, the female side. The male side provides everything we need to live. Bricks for homes, even hemp wood, and like I said, CBD oil is a lower form of medicine. So it might relieve pain and things of this nature, which is very important if you are in pain. But the healing is the marijuana. Commercial.
Thanks to Census Scientific.
Anyway, so we do not use the butane because you're breathing in whatever it is you're lighting. So usually when we go spatcha with the smoking, this is recreational, listen to the word, recreation. But anyway, so when you're doing when you're doing it spiritually, not believing, you are drawing smoke into your lungs and holding it and all that. You are actually doing that. You're not believing you're doing it. So, when we recreational smoking, because our top spiritual smoking is with the holy chalice, what you might call the bong. So I will explain what that is, why, who, why, what, when, where, and all that type of stuff. But this is just like every hour or so I might want to light up. But look at the size of the bowl. You understand? So an hour or two, I might light a little bowl like this up. I don't need to smoke a whole blunt. Like, that didn't look too cool. You know, a little bit. If you can't smoke a little bit, what are you doing? Think about that. I'm not gonna try to make you feel bad, boy, cause you don't know nothing about it. You don't know nothing about spats or smoking. All you wanna do is smoke and all that good shit. I'm trying to get back to the music. So anyway, you draw the smoke into your lungs. But the hemp can make us self-sufficient. And it's still kind of new, the hemp side. But even the spiritual side, the marijuana, is still new too. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, that rhymes. Let's smoke. I done give you enough time to go get and pack your bowl or roll a joint, if that's what you're still doing, or blunt, and smoke with your family of cannabis Kung-Fu. I'm getting up there, so I might be like your uncle or somebody like that. Smoke. So, the actual purpose I wanted to make this video, stuff. The purpose I wanted to make this video was to actually just explain the cannabis Kung-Fu. What you call that? I don't want to call it symbol. Dagnabbit. Before I made the video, I thought of the word logo. This is the cannabis Kung-Fu logo. And while I was thinking about talking about the logo, I was thinking that, you know, I'm always complaining about nobody help me. But as I was thinking about the logo that I designed for the Kung Fu that I developed for the commercial that talking through my talking, I'm like, I created this from my creation in inner creative stuff. And I'm like, I created the cannabis Kung-Fu, which you're gonna find out is not some shit you just come in. Hey, this is cannabis Kung-Fu, let's smoke that. I. Now that might sound like what they call it, egotistical, but it's like, wait a minute. It's like everything they tell us is a lie. So it's like, you are not supposed to have an ego. Well, that's why you are mediocre. You got to know who you are. I didn't say be, I know, all that dumb shit. I said, know who you are. That's what they call an ego. Know you got talent. Know you got skills. Know you got whatever you got. You know, if you got it, flaunt it. Fuck this. Fuck that holding back. Well, I didn't really hold back, but it took me, I'm 68 years old, and now I'm doing what I've really been wanting to do. But anyway, I said I was going to talk about the logo, right? Right quick. Let's talk about the logo of Kannabis Kung-Fu. First, that it was a sister that made the actual digital thing for this patch. And so that's an actual picture of my actual fist, actually. So in the center there, my fist represents yin. That's the carbon within melanin. And yang, the brown. Is that brown? Yeah, that's kind of copperish, actually, if you really look at it. It's like shining like copper. So melanin is made up of carbon, that the actual black stuff, and copper, which is, I was explaining before how carbon holds on to the fire, say the electromagnetic energy, whereas copper distributes the electromagnetic energy from your head down to your feet and into the earth and out of your head and into space, the final frontier. Anyway, so just like yin and yang, you see there's a little bit of copper in the carbon, and there's a little bit of, where you at? Where the black dot. That's what they call melanin, the black dot. There's a little bit of carbon in the copper. So anyway, that's what the fist, my fist, because I, nobody. Well, anyway. So, and now outside of the fist, we have, if you look at it, it's little, but it's a cannabis leaf. Now, in our temple, school, whatever you want to call it, the cannabis, when we say cannabis, there are two sides to the cannabis plant. One side is the side we smoke, which is the female side, and the other side, hey, can I do that on video? Hey, I'm sorry. The other side is the hemp, which is the male side. The male side hemp is what we can make clothes and actual things that will actually make us self-sufficient people. And then the female side, the marijuana, as I call it, gives us self-realization and opens it's the key to the door to higher spiritual. See, that's the right reverend roar. Every time I say spiritual, that's the right reverend roar coming out. So now I have 5 cannabis leaves around the fist, which represents in the Tao the 5 elements, which is, I'm going to really get into that. Is 5, where they at? Well, anyway, up there on the wall, I'm going to get into all that, explaining what the 5 elements is, and how that's the 5 elements alone. We get past yin and yang and get into the 5 elements. This deals with the nature, the changing of the seasons, the organs in your body, and how the energy moves in the organs of your body, and blah, 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 blah. We're going to get just into that alone. So now, outside of the 5 elements transform. See, this is all transformation. now that I think about it, the only thing I don't have in here is Wu Chi. So I guess the fist itself being together represents Wu Chi. I'm gonna explain what all that is and blah 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 blah. So outside of the 5 elements of the cannabis plant is the 8 trigrams, or in Chinese they call it Ba Gua. You understand? So if you take 3 lines, one line yang, see a straight line with no breaking no broken stuff, that's called yang. Y'all might say yang. Yang. That's the black way of saying it. Yang. So the broken bar is called yin. So that is said to be like the female side, and the yang is the male side. So you can only get 8 of those when you combine 3 of them together. And they call that the Ba 8 Gua. Ba Gua, 8 Gua trigrams. So that is the logo, or I guess I can say symbol too, of the school, Kannabis Kung-Fu. Temple, school, all that good stuff. Now, before I go away, I forgot to say how I got this in the first place. So I guess at the end it's cool. So now on the Facebook page right now, the top video, the video that comes on when you go to the page, like the first episode of Kannabis Kung-Fu is with my student Sifu MC. He's the representative of the temple, so because he's like, world champion type guy, and he goes to different states and, competes, and he comes back here to the temple, and, every once in a while he drops off one of his championship, that's one, and, well, I can't bend that much, right? Oh, you're not supposed to see that. I have stuff on the floor, so you can't see it. But anyway, he has his things that he won here, blah, 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 blah. So, he had this made in, I think, Las Vegas, wherever he was at when he had it made. And, like I said, it was a sister that actually made the digital thing. So I guess I gave it to him, and he went and he came back with this patch, which we are going to be, we're going to have the patches for sale, and, my brother in the studio is making a bit, we're going to be marketing this. This is marketing Kung Fu too. Now, my only question to Sifu MC is, where do you go? I want to know. Where do you go? Where do you go and get one patch? One patch. He came back with one patch. I mean, it's cool. This is beautiful. Look at the embroidery and but I'm curious like that, cause I know how businesses work. You have to, I guess, if you know somebody. But anyway, I am grateful, dude, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have a material patch to put on a green shirt. Alright, so I'm out. Magu Zian Show. Divine marijuana brings immortality